Today we're going to go over the first boss in Valheim, which is Eikthyr. We're going to explain how to find him, what you need, and how to spawn him, and how to kill him. Pretty basic. So when you first start out in the game, you're going to spawn on this little pad here. It's going to have a stone for each one of the bosses. The first location, the location for the first boss is right here. So you're going to hit this little option. It is going to show you one location for Eikthyr spawning. There could be alternatives, but it's just going to show you one. Now, in order to prepare for this boss and spawn him, you're going to need deer trophies. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a few deer trophies. So you can either kill deer with a bow, which is pretty easy. You'll still probably want to sneak and fire at them. You can get a sneak attack while sneaking, even with a bow. But it's also possible to kill them with melee if you're not looking to use a bow. And you just pretty much have to sneak up straight up to the deer. So I'm going to show you how to do that here in a minute once we find a deer. In order to locate them, honestly, you're going to want to use sound location. So pretty much you just run through meadows, listening for the weird alien noises that the deer make in this game. All right, so we're going to run around. There's one. We spotted this one before we heard him, actually. So we're going to sneak. C, I think, is the default button for sneaking. And you can basically just sneak pretty close to him and shoot him with a bow. We're currently on a challenge where we're just using melee. So we're going to sneak right up to him and just hit him in the back with a knife. The knife does extra damage while sneaking, so this should one-shot him. There it is. They do have like a vision of cone in front of them. So basically, if you are sneaking, don't sneak straight up to the front of them. They will spot you. They don't move very often. Some creatures will move every so often. Deer tend to hold for like 2 or 3 whole minutes before they do any sort of idle movement. So it's usually safe to just walk right up behind them without waiting. But do watch your stamina. Sneaking takes your stamina. If you get out of sneak mode for even a second, you'll stand up, deer will be alerted, and he'll run away. The only real way to catch him without a bow is using, I think, a dagger, since you don't lose any movement speed while chasing. But honestly, chasing deer down on foot is not great. Oh. Okay, so this is a good time to explain, actually. So I just spooked that deer. You're going to wind up spooking deer pretty often when you're trying to catch them. Here, we could scare this one off, too. We're going to scare these deer off. So what happens, you can chase after him, but it's pretty obnoxious to chase after deer. Even with a knife, it's pretty obnoxious. So what you do, essentially, if you scare the deer off and you really want those deer trophies to spawn Eikthyr right now, or just make the stag breaker, which is a weapon you can make out of deer trophies, all you gotta do, sneak behind a tree, take note of which direction they went in, and wait. About literally 1 minute later, they're gonna come back. For some reason, deer really like their home. Like these set of trees, this is where they live, and they love it. He's gonna come right back. Boar. We got 2 boar here. Where's my deer? Where's my deer buddies? Sometimes they get distracted. Sometimes they'll return super quick, and sometimes it'll take 2-3 minutes, I guess. Yeah, we need boar scraps. I'd really like to kill these boar right now, but I gotta wait for the deer. We said we were gonna show how to catch a deer. We'll wait for the deer to come back. Is that him? No, these boars are baiting me. Where are they? I hear deer. I don't see deer. Did I get like the one glitched deer that just doesn't come back? I'm killing these boars. We need boars. Are they on their way back? Oh, he came back right now. Oh. Okay, we're good. We good? They both came back right now. The moment I went for the boar. And boop, there's one. And he got spooked. He'll be back. So yeah, essentially, the deer run away. You don't need to chase them. They will return back to their original spot within a minute or 2. Also, a really good time to rest. If you need to rest and you just spook the deer, pop a campfire, rest by the campfire, deer will be back by the time you're done. A lot of people don't even understand that you can use melee. Like, most people literally, when they first start this game, are just afraid of the bosses, and gamer instinct is to just use a bow, right? Keep it at range, but honestly, you don't have to do that with any of the bosses in this game. All right, deer turn around. I'm gonna kill this deer real quick. Sneaky. Did we get our... No. But we do have our 2. We have our 2 trophies, so we can get going to spawning. It's a random chance when you kill deer. I don't know what the exact percentage is, but any deer could drop the trophy. The 1-2-star deer have a better chance of dropping the trophy, but any deer, even if it doesn't have antlers, can drop the deer trophy. So just kill a bunch of deer. You'll get your 2 trophies you need, and that's what you're going to require to spawn Eikthyr. Let's go ahead and jump over to the spawn point. Deer. There we go. So yeah, with a knife, you can run them down. Just because you don't lose movement speed with a knife, but it can get obnoxious. It's not always that easy. All right, so we have our 2 trophies. These are required to actually spawn the boss. You need to go to the location that it showed. This is Eikthyr. You're going to see an altar at this location. It's going to show a little 1 through 8 offer item. You need to stick the item on your hotbar. In this situation, it's 2 deer trophy for the first boss. If you want to know what for each boss you need to get, you can kind of click this little hint thing over here, and it'll tell you a hint on what the item is that you need. Every boss has a special item that it needs. So this one is going to be deer trophies. And before you spawn him, you're going to want to prepare for the fight. I would recommend either bringing a bow and arrows, or my favorite is really just a shield and a melee weapon. It doesn't have to be special. You can use either the tower shield or the buckler. There's really almost no difference versus Eikthyr, whether you're going to use a wooden shield or a wooden tower shield. But the wooden tower shield is going to slow you down a bit. It's not going to matter for this fight. So either one is fine. Bring any type of melee weapon, club, dagger. What other options you got at this point in the game? Flint axe. And just make sure you can also, if you want to prepare more, make some leather armor. I currently don't have leather armor, but you can use the leather you got while killing the deer to make some leather. Actually, I'll make some leather pants right now. The first boss is not that tough, so you don't need to prepare too much. The biggest thing you want to do though is eat. So armor is kind of nice. The biggest thing is that you eat food. You'll want like cooked meat, cooked neck meat, and like a berry or a mushroom or something like that as your third food. And that's the biggest thing you need to prepare. You're going to have a massive health bar from eating 3 different types of food, and pretty much you're ready to go. Yellow mushroom is probably the best thing you can get at this point in the game. So the 2 meats, cooked neck meat, and a yellow mushroom. But I don't have yellow. I just have red. They're slightly different. I think yellow has a little bit more health, like 5 more health on it. Here, we should rest. Always rest before a fight. For this first boss, it doesn't matter too much. So for most bosses, you want to sleep before the boss fight because you don't want nighttime spawns. More mobs will spawn at night. For Eikthyr, you're in the meadows, so it's not that big of a deal. But for every other boss, you're going to want to make sure you sleep right before the boss fight. We got daylight. We got our leather gear. You can get all 3 if you really want it, or 4 pieces of leather gear. We're going to go without it. We've killed this boss a lot, so we're not going to have any trouble with him. We have 105 health. That is more than plenty. We'll go over the strategy of his patterns here. I should probably explain. We're actually on a challenge run where we're going to spawn 2 of the same boss. This is not normal. Only one person needs to throw the item in to spawn the boss. Me and Maj are actually going to be spawning 2 bosses. You can do that if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. Maybe you've played the game through and you and your friends want an interesting challenge. You can bring, he's got 2 trophies. I've got 2 trophies. We're going to both hit it at the same time. It will spawn 2 Eikthyrs. But yeah, normally only one Eikthyr. Normally only one Eikthyr. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Little fun fact, when starting a boss, if you do it right, you can actually get a sneak attack off on the boss. There it is. Big chunk of his health gone. So he's going to do a few things. He's going to do 2 different types of electricity attacks. These can be blocked. That was the frontal electricity. This is the AoE electricity. Both can be blocked. So if he goes up on his hind legs, block, essentially. In between these, he's going to hit you with his antlers, and he's going to run around a little bit. That's pretty much the entirety of this boss. He's going to run. He's going to come back. He's going to do one of his electricity moves or a hit. There's a hit. He's now going to probably do electricity. There it is, electricity. That's the frontal. You can get behind that one, but the other one looks really similar. So a lot of times you're going to just prep for an AoE attack. The other one, if you do want to know the difference between them, he's going to go up on his hind legs for a longer duration for the AoE electricity ability. Here it is, AoE. So he goes up for a longer period. I keep missing the block on his antler, but he doesn't do a ton of damage. He's really more, I would call him a tutorial boss, to be honest. And especially if you're blocking, you can pretty much stay safe the whole time. Coming back, Eikthyr. There we go. Welcome back. Electricity. Pretty much in between every move, you can get a full combo off. So if he just did a move, feel free to combo him once. If you have a lot of health, you could probably combo him more than once. But every time he uses a move, you can pretty much get a full combo in, no problem. Also, if he's running away, you don't need to chase him. He'll just run right back to you about a moment later. So if you don't feel like chasing him down, just wait till he does this little strut. And then he's going to come right back at you. There he goes, making his little strut. And he's coming back. Welcome back. And I don't like to chase him just because it uses stamina if you're trying to sprint after him. And it's just easier. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that you can literally block all of these attacks with a shield. Electricity or not. There he goes. He's down. Now from killing Eikthyr, you're going to get his trophy, which is very important. You're going to want to bring that back to the spawn. The Eikthyr trophy. That's going to give you your first power. The Eikthyr power that you can use. And he's also going to give you some hard antlers. Antlers are important for your first pickaxe. So you take the antlers over to a crafting bench. It's antlers and wood for the antler pickaxe. 1 antler, 10 wood, and you will get your first pickaxe. This can be used to mine copper and tin, which is your next step up for gear. Oh yeah, you can hit iron with it. I forgot about that. So that's a really interesting thing that a lot of people don't know. If you really want to, you can skip the bronze pickaxe. I skip the bronze pickaxe literally every run because it takes a lot of bronze to make a bronze pickaxe, and all it's going to net you is more bronze. So you can pretty much use the antler pickaxe all the way through iron mining if you really want to. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Let's go over to the spawn. We'll get the Eikthyr power and we'll show what that is. All right. Anyways, we are... Hello, Mr. Deer. We are back at the spawn. See you later. We're back at the spawn. This is where you want to take the Eikthyr trophy. You're going to go ahead and hang the Eikthyr trophy on the first trophy hook with the little deer on it. There we are. It puts it up there. You also need to activate it. It's going to do this wicked animation. And you receive your Eikthyr ability. So you're going to see it in the bottom right below my picture here. It says Eikthyr there. Madru just grabbed it. And we each now have the ability to activate a power, special power. I'm going to go ahead and activate it first. It's going to give us a 5-minute buff. F is the default button for that. To activate the power of Eikthyr. We right now have... Where's our buffs? Raven. You can go to the Raven for your buffs, by the way. Active effects. Eikthyr. Your ability to run and jump is improved. Jump stamina usage, minus 60%. Run stamina usage, minus 60%. So pretty much, it's got a 20-minute cooldown. It lasts for 5 minutes. Pretty much just pop it whenever you're going to run around. Your jumping and running stamina are now way lessened. So it's a really nice buff to have. But yeah, I think, guys, that about wraps it up for this video. This is how to take care of the first boss, Eikthyr. We stream Valheim pretty often. You can catch us at twitch.tv/Nazori. We do a lot of hardcore runs and speed runs, so feel free to join in and ask questions anytime. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.